Alright, it's going to be a quick video on how to increase your NVIDIA GPU mining profits on Nicehash. Some of these basic concepts can also be used for AMD cards, but the particular algorithms that we're going to bring up right now seem to be best served on NVIDIA cards. Alright, so normally if you go by what Nicehash shows you, they say the V2 miner is for NVIDIA cards and the legacy miner is for AMD cards. That's a fallacy right there. Just get that out of your mind. There's no reason you can't use the legacy miner on NVIDIA cards. And there's a reason for it, a reason I'm bringing this up. The legacy miner supports more algorithms than the V2 miner. So you're always better off on the legacy at a bare minimum. You should never use the V2 miner. It's a piece of junk, plain and simple. Alright, but beyond that, there's room to make more money. And what this page right here is doing, and this is very simply nicehash.com/ASIC-mining. And what this is if you're using an ASIC machine, this is where you would come to build your stratum. It's also a quick and easy way to do it for any old algorithm. Like say, the current top 2 earners for NVIDIA cards. We've got X16R, then you pick your location, and then you hit generate stratum. And this creates this link here. And so that's got all your stratum information, so you can copy that, and then you can go online and you can find out, hey everybody, what's the best X16R miner? And in this case, we're going to say it's the TRX Miner. And so we do a quick Google search for TRX Miner. Current version is 0.7.4, and we click in here, and you're going to see, let's see, it's in the GitHub. There are 3 variations, and this is on Windows, of course. You have the one for CUDA 10, the one for CUDA 9.1, and the one for CUDA 9.2. What this basically breaks down to is which NVIDIA driver are you using. If you're using a 400 series NVIDIA driver, you want to download this one. If you're using, I think it's 388 or older, somewhere around about 3900 is when they brought in the CUDA 9.2. So if you're using an older driver, you want 9.1. If you're using something in the 390s, you want the 9.2. If you're using the 400s, you want the 10. And so you download that zip file, you unzip it, and you're going to be presented with a folder, something similar to this, but minus the Skunk Nicehash and X16R Nicehash. I just created those. And Windows 10 is going to flag your TRX miner if you're using 1803 or newer, or maybe even older, but I know it flags it on every single one of my machines. So you might have to go in and restore it. If you're using Windows 7 or Windows 8, 8.1, you're probably fine depending on your particular AV. From here, you can take any one of these, like we'll just take this one, and then we're going to make a quick copy of it, and we're going to edit this batch file. And everything up here is fine, except we don't need that. And the stratum is going to be the stratum that we just created over here. So we're going to take and we're going to copy that stratum, and so we paste that in place of that, and then right here, this is the default address that these people placed in here. Go to your Nicehash and log in and get the BTC address that you use for Nicehash and copy and paste that to right here. Then you can take this off. We don't need that. Let's see what else we got here. We got some failover stuff, so we don't need any of that. So we can take off all this up through the I-20. And I think we can even get rid of the P. Yeah, we don't need that unless you want to get super technical in this stuff. And so this is enough to create an algorithm. This is the batch file for mining X16R on Nicehash. If you want to make it be the one to do Skunk, then you come up here and you go to Skunk and you click Generate Stratum. Always choose the location closest to you. And so then you would just copy that right there, and you hit copy, and then you come up here and you grab this little section right here and hit paste. I'll have modified versions of these going in the description down below shortly. That will have all this, except I will replace this part right here with the insert your BTC address here line. So you just have to replace that, and then you'll have these, and I've got them both named already, so they'll be like, I'm not even going to bother saving this one. So I'll have one that's going to be called let's see, I've got one that's going to be called Skunk Nicehash and one that's going to be called X16R Nicehash. And the important thing here is I'm going to close that right now. I'm going to fire up, I've got Nicehash Legacy loaded up here, and I'm going to hit start because I want you guys to see this. Well, crap, now it's not even working. Okay, I guess I'm not going to show you that. That's right, I broke this copy, sorry. If we, oh damn. Alright, we're going to skip this part then. What I wanted to show you was just how crappy the hash rate in the legacy miner was, so we'll just have to settle for the V2 miner and show you some quick, wow, it's even doing Dagger. Dagger shouldn't even be coming up. That's how bad this is. If you are using Dagger though, download the enlargement pill and run it. But we're just gonna stop that, and so all you'll have to do is, once you get that downloaded, you just copy the two batch files into wherever you unzip the TRX file to, and then you'll come in here and you'll right click and you'll hit edit, and you'll change, and you change this right here, which I'll have changed. And so then you just come up here, say you want to mine Skunk, you hit Skunk and it's going to start mining, and you're going to quickly see it jump. And this is for two 1080 Ti's with the default intensity, and we're now pushing over 60 megahash per second per card for Skunk. The benchmark in Legacy showed 46, and I want to say I was doing about 50 in reality back before I broke it trying to get this integrated into Legacy. Alright, so you don't get your little fancy this is how many dollars you've made screen that you get with the built-in Nicehash stuff, but it just works. And you just hit that. You can check your miner stats from the actual mining page. I've actually modified specifically for the X16R. I've gone in and I've set in, you see right here where after the address there's a space, there's a -I, then a space, and then a number. This is the intensity. The default's 20. I push it to 21. It gives it sometimes a little bit more hash, but as you can see just right now, just off the bat right now, we're doing 26, and I think the benches on this were like 11.5 in Legacy. This is slightly above the average. It jumps around a lot because that's just the nature of X16R. and I'm going to leave that running now because that's what I want to have running anyway. And so, that's the basics of it. And in Nicehash, the trick is I'm going to grab the other computer and take a quick look so I say this right. There is a page within Nicehash, and I'm going to pull it up on my laptop here. Okay, so you go nicehash.com/algorithm. Let's see here. Yeah. And if you just hit the details on any one of these, that's just a good starting point. And from here you have a drop down list and you can scroll through. And like right now, if we go to Skunk, right now, Skunk is paying 0.0027 BTC per gigahash per day right now. And Skunk averages a little bit over 50% greater hash rate than what X16R does. So we'd be looking, if we wanted to compare Skunk versus X16R on which one to run with the TRX miner, we would come down here and we'd go to X16R and we would reload and see what X16R is paying. And right now X16R is 0.53, and so that's actually less than half what Skunk is paying right now. So I'm actually going to come back in here and I'm going to close the I'm going to close X16R, come back in, and we're going to launch Skunk, because right now, based on those numbers, some real quick math, this number is greater than half of this number. And so that tells me that right now Skunk is actually paying better than X16R. So at this moment, I want to be mining Skunk. And you just, if you keep this tab open, this algorithms tab, and you just sit here and you cycle between these guys every once in a while, you can see which one's paying more right now. And that's how you know when to switch between them. Unfortunately, if you want to get more in depth than that, you can look into some other programs. There is Awesome Miner, Nemos Miner, and a couple others out there that actually integrate the TRX into it, but they only integrate the one for the V10, the 10 CUDA 10 version. And so that means you got to update your drivers, and I don't like updating drivers. Once you get a system and it's working and it's solid and steady, don't fuck with it. Just let it go. Just keep it going. That's the biggest thing. Okay, and so you can get into that. And interesting thing about Awesome Miner in particular, if we dig into where is it? I believe it's under program files, Awesome Miner. No, it's not here. I think it's program data. Yeah. Awesome. No. Give me a second. I'll remember it. It's been a while. There is a spot buried. Let's see here. Daniel, data, local, Awesome Miner. Yeah, here it is. So you go to your app data local Awesome Miner, and you can actually come in here to where the TRX Miner file is, and you can see that's a zip one, but you can come in here to the unzipped one, and you can actually just take the updated version of the TRX miner that works with whatever version of whichever drivers you have installed, and you can take and you can drop that in place, overriding this TRX miner, and you don't have to touch anything else in here. You do the rest of your configuration within the actual Awesome Miner program, and it will allow for you to set up profit switching between the two of them if you really just can't be that hands-on with it. I did it for a little bit. It seemed like maybe the overhead of running another program was possibly affecting the hash rate slightly, so I don't do it. That's the reason why I'm not using it. But I mean, if it's good enough for you guys, you can feel free to look into that. And I'm gonna call that for now. I think that gets everything I wanted to get out there for you guys. And as you can see, this thing is just stomping away, doing 60 mega hash per card per 1080 Ti, which you can do your own test in Legacy to see what kind of crap you get with the CC miner built into Legacy. Some people also like to use the Z enemy miner, and that can be directly swapped, from what I've heard, into the Legacy miner in place of the miner used for the X16R. But I just like TRX. It seems to work the best, and it does both of these algorithms, and these are the top 2 earning algorithms right now for Nicehash for NVIDIA cards. So it's what I like to use. And I think I'm going to sign off there and get this video uploaded for you guys. I'll talk to you later.